4. And commanded them, saying. Commanded them, saying what? Go not into the way of the Gentiles. Christ commanded us not to go into the way of the Gentiles. And into any city of the Samaritans enter ye not. He said, any city of Samaritans, do not go. Go ahead. But go rather. Go where? But go rather. He says, go rather to the lost sheep of the house of Israel.
My soul for the bombs. Don't grow weary. I can feel the spirit. I can feel the spirit. I can feel the spirit. I see white so clean. We gon' be redeemed. I see white so clean. We gon' be redeemed. Don't grow weary. I can feel the spirit. Can't you feel the spirit? Can't you feel the spirit? I see white so clean. My slate white clean. I see white so clean. My slate white clean. The Most High is my rest, taming my strength in my refuge. Taking that power back with a strong hand from the Almighty. Sit down hither at my right hand and watch me turn our enemies into their footstool. Take back the land.
Shalom, shalom, family. Shabbat shalom. All praise to the Most High. The title of the lesson is, what is it? Israel play too much. And like I say all the time, I know for a fact around the world, this is just my assumption, that there is 12,000 from each tribe. I really believe that. But I don't think it's 12,000 that's chosen. Because we're still in a position where we are still plagued by the mind of America. Right here in the mind, we're plagued, right? And that's why we haven't moved. We got arguments going on Facebook. We got all sort of distractions going on. And yet we're still here in captivity. No one is interested in fleeing captivity. Christ likened this generation to something. Give me that in Matthew 11. Let's start right there. Matthew 11. We have to get off the playground and get to being serious about this truth. Serious about waking up the 12 lost tribes. Right? Matthew 11:16.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 11, and verse 16.
Now, I understand that Isaac means what?
Laughter.
Laughter, but it don't mean we need to be always laughing. What is funny about being in captivity? What is hilarious about being at the bottom? What is hilarious about being hated of all nations, but yet we enjoy? Read verse 15.
Verse 15. He that hath ears, let him hear.
Read it again.
He that hath ears, let him hear.
Read it again.
He that hath ears, let him hear.
He that have ears, let him hear. Read.
But whereunto shall I liken this generation?
What shall I liken this generation? Read.
It is like unto children.
Who?
It is like unto children.
Who?
Children.
Children gonna do children things. I don't know if the king had his precept, but I'm going to quote it. When I was a man, you had it. It said, when I was a child, I spoke like one. We got grown men acting like children, afraid to stand up and fess up and take care of their responsibilities. Right here in this truth. Around the world. Children. And I'm going to need a few bombs in this.
Yes, sir.
We are children. Christ, our general, our king, said what? Read again.
It is like unto children.
Children
Sitting in the markets.
sitting in the markets.
And calling unto their fellows.
Calling unto their fellows.
And saying.
Saying what?
We have piped unto you.
We playing music while y'all. We piped while y'all ain't dancing. I'm having fun right here in captivity. Why y'all not having fun with me? You know how much foolish things are on Facebook. Read on.
We have piped unto you.
Read.
And ye have not danced.
And ye have not what?
And ye have not danced.
Ye have not danced. Read.
We have mourned unto you.
We have mourned unto you.
And ye have not lamented.
And you have not lamented. Give me Sirach 19, verse 29. Your countenance and your attire shows who you are. You dress like a hoe, 9 times 10, she a hoe. If he's wearing a construction hat, an outfit, and a tool belt, more likely he's a construction worker. Right? Read that.
What's this chapter?
Sirach 19:29.
Sirach chapter 19 and verse 29.
Read.
A man may be known by his look.
So the lesson is, Israel play too much. Some might say, don't play with me. I ain't no toy. Children play with toys. Here we got the greatest news on the planet. And we're still exercising and dealing like children. Read. Again.
A man may be known by his look.
A man is known by his look, by his appearance, his countenance. Read.
And one that hath understanding by his countenance.
And one that hath understanding by his what?
By his countenance.
He knew Moses had wisdom. They had to veil his face. Why? Wisdom shone through his what? Through his face, his countenance. So we on point. And one, it said, a man may be known by his look, and one that hath understanding by his countenance, when what?
When thou meetest him.
When thou meetest him. Read.
A man's attire.
His what?
A man's attire.
We just talked about this. It speaks about women too, because women come from man. A man's attire or clothes. Read.
And excessive laughter.
Not laughter, but what?
Excessive laughter.
Not just laughing, but what?
And gait.
No, read it again. Excessive what? Come on,
excessive
King.
laughter.
Excessive. Too much. Play too much. Not taking anything serious. And I'm going to show you in a minute why we should take it serious. Because Christ, King actually brought one of my precepts out. And we're going to go to it. When we go in the wilderness, the one who's going to be leading us, he ain't going to be playing. You better get this kitty crap out of you now. This is all of us. We need to prepare ourselves. Read it again.
A man attire and excessive laughter and gait shew what he is.
Show what he is. Right? Shows what he is. Give me Proverbs 17:16. Why are we happy in captivity? Why are we celebrating in captivity? We're in slavery. We're in bondage. This is not our rest. Proverbs 17:16.
Proverbs chapter 17 and verse 16.
Let me get it with you. Hold on. Proverbs 17 and 16. Read that.
Wherefore is there a price in the hand of a fool to get wisdom?
What?
Wherefore is there a price in the hand of a fool to get wisdom?
Wherefore is there a price in the hand of a fool to get what?
To get wisdom.
Read.
Seeing he had no heart to it.
Our fool ain't got no heart for wisdom. He can give a damn about that. He's too busy playing. Read it again.
Wherefore is there a price in the hand of a fool to get wisdom?
To get what?
To get wisdom.
To get wisdom.
Seeing he had no heart to it.
Seeing he have no heart for it. No heart for wisdom. No heart to learn who you are according to your scriptures. No heart to learn the commandments of the Most High God. No heart for it. We too busy playing. No heart for wisdom, reading, learning. We want to sit here and watch freaking reels all day and giggle while in captivity. Give me Baruch 3. I'm going to show you in a minute what we need to be concerned about. We still in captivity. We need to get serious. We need to be about our Father's what? Business. We meet one day a week. What are you doing the rest 6? We got classes online. What are you doing those 6 days? Is it more in dealing with wisdom? Or are you busy laughing at something? Are you reading the scriptures or are you watching reels? Read verse 1.
Baruch chapter 3 and verse 1.
Read.
O Lord Almighty, God of Israel,
Read.
The soul in anguish, the troubled spirit crieth unto thee.
The soul in anguish, the troubled spirit crieth unto thee. The ones who's playing too much don't feel like this. Read on.
Hear, O Lord, and have mercy.
Read.
For thou art merciful.
Read.
And have pity upon us. Because we have sinned before thee.
A man that play too much or a woman that play too much ain't thinking about this. They ain't thinking about pity. They ain't thinking about they have sinned. Read verse 3.
For thou endurest forever.
Say what?
For thou endurest forever.
Read.
And we perish utterly.
Read.
O Lord Almighty, thou God of Israel,
Come on.
hear now the prayers of the dead Israelites.
Hear now the prayers of the dead Israelites.
and of their children,
Read.
which have sinned before thee,
Read.
and not hearken unto the voice of thee, their God.
Read.
For the which cause these plagues cleave unto us.
This is why the plagues consume us. Read.
Remember not our iniquities.
Remember not what?
Remember not the iniquities of our forefathers.
Read.
But think upon thy power and thy name now at this time.
Now at this time. Continue.
For thou art the Lord our God, and thee, O Lord, will we praise.
Read.
And for this cause thou hast put thy fear in our heart, to the intent that we should
Right, go ahead.
to the intent that we should call upon thy name.
You have put thy fear upon our hearts to the intent that we should call upon thy name. This is the reason why he takes us through certain situations. So that we can keep his commandments. Let's prove that. Give me Wisdom of Solomon 6. Wisdom of Solomon 6. Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 6. Is that what I want? No, not Wisdom of Solomon 6. Give me Wisdom of Solomon 16. You don't have to do it. Wisdom of Solomon 16. Watch this. He put his fear upon us to the intent, what? Say it in the mic.
That we are praising.
That we might keep his commandments. Is that not what it said? Read verse 1.
Wisdom of Solomon chapter 16 and verse 1.
Come on.
Therefore, by the like were they punished worthily, and by the multitude of beasts tormented.
Read.
Instead of which punishment, dealing graciously with thine own people.
With who?
With thine own people.
Read.
Thou preparest for them meat of a strange taste, even quails to stir up their appetite.
Who we're talking about? We're talking about Israelites. Read.
To the end that they, desiring food, might for the ugly sight of the beast sin among them, loathe even that, which they must needs desire. But these, suffering penury for a short space, might be made partakers of a strange taste.
Keep reading.
For it was requisite that upon them exercising tyranny should come penury.
Come on.
Which they could not avoid.
Read.
But to these it should only be shewed how their enemies were tormented.
Come on.
And when the horrible fierceness of the beast came upon these, and they perished with the stings of quickest serpents, thy wrath endured not forever.
Come on.
But they were troubled.
They were what?
But they were troubled.
They were what?
But they were troubled.
Read.
For a small season.
Read.
That they might be admonished. Having a sign of salvation.
Read.
To put them in remembrance of the commandments of thy law.
You see that? You see that? See, we play too much. But this is why we go through what we go through, to the intent you might keep the commandments. Give me number 21 just to prove that. Number 21, verse 6. Who got bit by those serpents? We did. Why did we get bit? To the intent we might keep his command. But we think that's funny. When we go through adversity, trials and tribulations, we think that's hilarious. Read.
Numbers chapter 21 and verse 6.
Come on.
And the Lord sent fiery serpents among the people.
And
they bit the people. And much people of Israel died.
They died by getting bit by those fiery serpents. Read.
Therefore, the people came to Moses and said,
Say what?
We have sinned.
Well, what?
We have sinned.
Read.
For we have spoken against the Lord and against thee, praying to the Lord that he take away the serpents from us. And Moses prayed for the people. And the Lord said unto Moses, Make thee a fiery serpent and stand it upon a pole. It shall come to pass that everyone that is bitten, when he looketh upon it, shall live.
Shall what?
Shall live.
Shall live. Go back to Baruch 3, verse 8. So this is why he sends trouble. Baruch 3. But we don't understand this because we play too much. Baruch, let me get it with you. The book of Baruch, chapter 3. Read verse 7.
This is the book of Baruch, chapter 3 and verse 7.
I don't think we got down that far. Okay, we started verse 7? Read verse 7.
And for this cause thou hast put thy fear in our hearts.
You see that? And for this cause thou hast put thy fear in our heart. Read.
To the intent.
To what?
To the intent.
To what?
To the intent.
To the intent.
That we shall call upon thy name.
That we shall call upon thy name. That we might keep your commandments. This is why he sent those fiery serpents. That we, to the intent, say, stop the plague. Save us. Okay, we're going to do it now. We're going to listen. Hold there. Give me Hosea. 5. I think it's 5. It's saying the same thing. When we start playing, then deliverance shall come. Yeah, 5. Read verse 15.
Hosea chapter 5 and verse 15.
Read on.
I will go and return to my place.
I will go and return to my place. Come on.
Till they acknowledge their offense.
Till they stop playing. Read it again.
I will go and return to my place. Till they acknowledge their offense.
Till they stop playing. Go ahead, King.
I want to sew in a precept off of what you saying here. Because what you bringing out is heavy. In captivity, he wants you to call on his name. It ain't a time to be playing and just assimilating with the heathen. Give me 2 Chronicles 12. 2 Chronicles 12, read verse 7. Watch this. Read that out.
2 Chronicles chapter 12 and verse 7.
Go ahead.
And when the Lord saw that they humbled themselves.
Now, we was talking about this earlier in the law reading, right? Like, humility is your friend, right? So it says, when the Most High saw that they humbled themselves, go ahead.
The word of the Lord came to Shemaiah.
The word of the Lord came to Shemaiah, go ahead.
Saying
what?
They have humbled themselves.
He said, man, they humbled themselves. Israel humbled themselves. Go ahead.
Therefore, I will not destroy them.
He said, therefore, I am not going to destroy them. But that ain't the point. Keep going.
But I will grant them some deliverance.
He said, I'm going to give them some deliverance in this. Go ahead.
And my wrath shall not be poured out upon Jerusalem by the hand of Shishak.
And my wrath is not going to be poured out on them by the hand of Shishak. But go ahead and read the next verse.
Nevertheless, they shall be his servants.
They're going to be his servants, meaning what? They're going to be in captivity. He said, nevertheless, they shall be his servants that what?
That they may know my servants.
That you may know his servants. It ain't time for you to play. What you playing for? Going into your pleasures for? He said, man, I'm sending you to captivity. I'm sending you under bondage that they may know my service. Go ahead.
And the service of the kingdoms of the countries.
And the service of the kingdoms of the countries. I yield. Can't go ahead.
When we yield, when we stop playing, right? Give me Job 20. Because the playing of Israel is about up. All that playing around and not paying attention. Don't want to learn these scriptures. Don't want to go to camp. Don't want to do nothing if it is dealing with this. But you got time to play. Barbecues, parties, and whatnot. That is going to be about us. Read verse 5.
Job chapter 20 and verse 5.
Read.
That the triumphing of the wicked is short. And the joy of the hypocrite.
The what?
The joy of the hypocrite.
Read.
But for a moment.
But for a moment. That's it. The plan that the nation of Israel is doing is only for a moment. It's going to soon be up. It's going to soon be up. Right? This is what we should be doing. Give me John 16. John 16. Christ is telling us why are you celebrating in captivity? Read verse 20. Let me get it with you. John 16 and verse 20. Read verse 19.
John chapter 16 and verse 19. Now Jesus knew that they were desirous to ask, and said to them, do ye inquire among yourselves of that I said, a little while, and ye shall not see me?
He said, do you inquire among yourselves, or thinking among yourselves, of that I said a little while, and ye shall not see me? Read.
And again a little while, and ye shall see me again.
Read on.
Verily I say unto you.
They didn't understand that. They didn't understand that saying that he was putting forth. They didn't understand that he was speaking of his death, burial, and resurrection. Because they was too busy, what? Playing. Read on.
Verily I say unto you.
What?
Verily I say unto you. Verily, verily, I say unto you.
There you go. Truly, truly, I say unto you.
That ye shall weep.
What?
That ye shall weep.
What?
That ye shall weep.
Not playing. Not rejoicing. Read.
And lament.
And what?
And lament.
What?
And lament.
Not celebrating. What's this? Read.
But the world shall rejoice.
Read it again.
But the world shall.
The world shall rejoice. What you doing rejoicing? You're not of the world. It say be in it, but not of it. You laughing and playing right along with the world. Shows who you are. A man may be known by his what? His countenance. Excess of laughter. His attire shows what he is. So why are you laughing and playing and having a good time in captivity? What in the hell do we have to rejoice about in this place and around the world? Read it again.
Verily, verily, I say unto you.
Come on.
That ye shall weep and lament. But the world shall rejoice.
The world shall rejoice. And you are not of the world. Read.
And ye shall be sorrowful.
What?
And ye shall be sorrowful.
This is what's going on. You shall be sorrowful. Read.
But your sorrow shall be turned into joy.
Your sorrow going to turn into joy when he comes. This is not our rest. What you doing having a good time? Give me the article. Because we too busy playing and we're not seeing what's going on in the world we living in. We're not seeing what's going on in this world, man. Give me the last one I sent you. I think it's a reel of Christ return. Every time I see it, I get excited. Right there. Now, this is just AI. Now, AI can be used in some interesting ways, good ways, that we can use and we can illustrate stuff. When we see this, I want you to ask within yourself, is this the time to be playing? Play that. This is not the time to be playing.
1 Peter 3:22, who is gone into heaven, and is on the right hand of God. Angels and authority. One Peter 3:22, who is gone into heaven, and is on the right hand of God. Angels and authorities and powers being made subject unto him.
Stop right there.
Revelation.
This is the coming vengeance of Hamashiach, and we playing. The wrath that's coming from the throne, and we playing. Fire in his eyes, fire and power in his hand, we playing. Destruction and judgment that's coming, and we playing. Go ahead, finish it up.
14:18, and another angel came out from the altar, which had power over fire.
Stop. Pain, indignation, revenge, recompense. That's what I see when I see that. And we playing. War. He's a man of war. The Lord is his name. Do you want to get out of captivity? Do you want to leave this place? Are you tired? Finish it up.
God.
Pain. He's coming back for war for his people. I love to see that. He's coming, but we playing. We got brothers online want to debate us. Playing. Thinking this a game. Hold right there. Thinking this a game. Give me the article. See, we ain't seeing what's happening. We too busy playing. Israel play too much. Give me Trump. He got these tariffs out here, and we ain't seeing what he's about to use them for. Who are these? What are the terrorists? Who are the terrorists going to affect the most? Poor people. You so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Right? Read that talk.
This is how Donald Trump's tariffs will affect black people.
Read it again.
This is how Donald Trump's tariffs will affect black people.
Let's see how Donald Trump's tariffs, his taxes on the other nations, see, it's a game. All this is a game. They playing a game. They got an agenda. Matter of fact, hold it. Hold it. Take that off. Give me, hold that because I want to do this right. Give me the video. We brought them in class last week. Go up. Yeah, we brought them in last week. It's one of those, I think. Not that one. I got a little bit of information. We missing what's going on. Right there, yeah. Started at 1 hour and 11 seconds. And I want you to listen to what Neely Fuller Jr. says. Listen to what our forefather had to say years ago. And then we're going to get the information with the tariffs and just a little bit of information on what's going on in this world today. Go ahead, Doc. Whenever you're ready. When I was a child, I spoke like one. Now that I'm a man, I put away childish things. This is not the time to rejoice. Let the world rejoice. Now, am I saying not to have a good time? No, I'm not saying that. But if you are excessive, that's a problem. Right? Whenever you're ready, King. See, we got to weigh this thing out in the balance. What mostly attracts you? Go ahead, Doc. Whenever you're ready. Listen to what our forefather had to say. 111. Yes, sir. I think like 48 at the end. Yeah. Watch this.
And proceed to dominate and mistreat that person of color. Why? Because we have decided to do so. Now, just like they decided to do so, they can undecide to do so. Decide to do something else, like replace the systems they've set up with justice. It's the job of every non-white person and every white person who doesn't believe in that system to work every day to replace that system with a better system. That better system would be called justice. Straight answer, by talking just the way we're talking now. That's it. They allow us to do that. Now, at a certain point, when it starts taking effect, you can expect them to stop us from doing that. Us meaning what I'm doing right now.
Listen.
The reason the white supremacists, logically speaking, allow Neely Fuller to say the things that he's saying is because they don't look at Neely Fuller. The white supremacists learned a long time ago, before I was born. You don't have to pay attention to a spokesperson,
Stop.
the person that's speaking.
Go back just a little bit. I want to get everybody on speed who don't understand. Neely Fuller is speaking about white supremacy and the system of racism. He's saying that the white supremacist is not worrying about him speaking on this. You're going to find out why. And it should put you in the mind frame of what's going on now. Play it.
To do that. Now, at a certain point, when it starts taking effect, you can expect them to stop us from doing that. Us meaning what I'm doing right now. The reason the white supremacists, logically speaking, allow Neely Fuller to say the things that he's saying is because they don't look at Neely Fuller. The white supremacists learned a long time ago, before I was born. You don't have to pay attention to a spokesperson, a person that's speaking. Pay attention to the reaction of the people who are listening. And if the people who are listening are not changing anything that they are doing, so what?
Stop.
See the
Did you hear what he said? He said, don't pay attention to the one who's speaking. He said, pay attention to the ones who's listening. If the ones who's listening is changing by the words of the spokesman, we got to get rid of him. But if the ones listening is not moving, not doing nothing, he ain't doing nothing. Leave him alone. Continue.
Message.
white supremacists are pure scientists. They're very scientific people. They don't let their emotions dominate the science like non-white people do. We get fired up on emotion and forget all about logic.
Want to know the secret of authentic content that performs everywhere? Not
The white supremacists are surgical in their thinking. That's why they're successful at every move they make.
Wow.
And it has the non-white people. So therefore, they walk into a place and they will see a speaker, a black speaker, talking to thousands of people.
Okay.
But they'll listen to the black speaker for a few minutes, but mostly they study the reaction of the people who are listening. And if the people who are listening all file away, all walk away, and do not change as a result of what was said, the white supremacists say business as usual. They study the reaction of the people who are listening. They don't care anything about the speaker at all.
This is why they keep us filled with foolishness. See, we got to start with the plantation. The Negro on the plantation, the one who's acting a fool and saying, man, we good, we eating, they ain't worried about him. The Negro that's a threat on the plantation is the one who's trying to find out why we on this plantation. The one who's trying to find out how do we get off this plantation. That's the threat. This is why you find, if we don't pull it up, that when the Christian churches first started with the Christianity, when people like Nat Turner and different preachers and prophets back in the early slavery days begin to teach and preach the slaves, you will find who in the congregation listening. Esau. Looking at the reaction of these slaves. Right? Continue. Because we're really not worried about the speaker. We're worried about the people who listening. Now, if they begin to change as a result of what the speaker is speaking, now we got a problem. They're changing. Continue.
Black people applaud, black speakers all over the place. And as far back as there have been black spokesperson or black, what we call black leaders, which is really a misnomer, But black people speak all the time. Neely Fuller's speaking. So what? If nobody listens and acts on what he's saying, the white supremacists do not care. They don't care how many radio programs you have, how many TV programs. You can just talk and talk and talk and talk and talk. But black people still hold on to what I started this program with. Hold on tenaciously to what we call black culture. The white supremacists said, I invented black culture. That's what the white supremacists say.
And he did.
Black culture is nothing but a reaction to me. That's all it is. And it's a very sorry reaction. It has 4 components: primitive, pitiful, stupid, and or silly. Dr. Martin Luther King and Malcolm X.
Watch this.
2 people you named.
Yes.
What happened to them?
They got killed.
You better believe it. That's what happens to anybody who starts taking effect.
Okay.
Now, everybody who's still breathing, including Neely Fuller, they ain't effective.
Stop.
All right? They kill you when you...
He's asking, why was Martin Luther King and Malcolm X killed? No. He said, what happened to them? They were killed. Why? They were changing the ones who was listening. They were affecting. This is why Peter and the other apostles, the scribes and Pharisees, we got to get them. They're turning the world what? Stop playing. Continue.
You're effective.
I got you, yeah.
All right. I mean, in other words, Neely Fuller is supposed to be digging his grave. As long as he's breathing, he knows that he's not effective, because the white supremacists will take you out of here in a minute. I mean, they got millions of ways of doing it, not just 1 or 2. I mean, there are a few people that didn't even get off the ground, like Patrice Lumumba.
Yes.
I mean, it didn't last no time.
No.
All right? Why? Because the Congo is real important to the white supremacists. And they don't ever intend, anytime soon, apparently, for anything
Watch this.
constructive to happen among the black people in what we call the Congo. And they didn't waste no time getting rid of Patrice Lumumba.
No.
And even the person person that helped them to get rid of
Yes, right.
Stop right
Patrice
there.
Lumumba. That was more.
Give me the next video. Let's move right along. Who here knows online or in here, who knows who Patrice Lumumba is? Malcolm X said he was one of the greatest martyrs who ever lived. Do you know who he is? Who are the people who live in the Congo? Do you know? Get the next video. Patrice Lumumba. See, we too busy playing and we don't know this. Because we ain't doing but watching foolishness. Dumb stuff. We ain't studying. Shit, we both be out here searching our forefathers and what they did. He said the so-called black culture, the white man created that. Everything you enjoy about so-called black culture was given to you by the white man. It's promoted by the white man. Who's paying the rappers? The white man. Who's paying the actors, entertainers, basketball players? Who are the GMs? Who are the CEOs? Of you black people. The white man. So your black culture is nothing but a figment of the white man's imagination. And you cling to it. You enjoy it. Get Isaiah 30 in verse 12. The white man. And I'm showing you this because of what Trump is doing. Watch this. All of our leaders, Malcolm X, Martin, and we're finna find out about Patrice Lumumba, all dead. Who are the spokesmen today that's changing people? Say it. Who? The Israelites. The Israelites on the corners, passing out flyers. You ain't never seen this big of a movement that's able to move so-called black men and to force them to change. Never. The world know that. The white man know it. That's why he moving fast. They was waiting for Trump to get in. He finna wreck it. I'm gonna show you. Because every last executive order and tariff, who you think is gonna affect? The food prices going up. Who the hell you think that's gonna affect? And they willing to sacrifice a few white people. They coming after us because we're changing the mind of so-called black Americans and Native Americans around this world. Read that.
Isaiah chapter 30 and verse 12.
Come on.
Wherefore, thus saith the Lord of the Holy One of Israel.
Come on.
Because ye despise his word.
What?
Because ye despise his word.
You despise his word.
And trust in oppression.
And you trust in oppression.
And perverseness.
And perverseness.
And stay thereon.
And you stand right there playing. You don't want to stop. Say, come into this truth. No. What should I liken to this generation? Build the children. Read.
Therefore, this iniquity shall be to you as a breach.
As a breach.
Ready to fall.
Ready to fall.
Swelling out in a high wall.
Come on.
Whose breaking cometh suddenly at an instant.
Watch this.
And he shall break it. And he shall break it as the breaking of the potter's vessel.
Come on.
That is broken in pieces.
Come on.
He shall not spare.
He what?
He shall not spare.
He what?
He shall not spare.
That's Ezekiel 9 and 3. He going out slaying, slay utterly, old and young. You just had Pastor Floyd, Ricky Floyd. The video just got sent out. Got shot. Pow. Dead. He's started in the house of God amongst Israel. Did you know that Trump and Elon Musk and Shapiro is talking about pardoning David, no. Who killed George Floyd. Do you know what that's going to do? It's going to rile up black people. They coming. They coming. Real, yeah, Derek Chauvin. They coming. Read.
But there shall not be found in the bursting of it a sherd to take fire from the hurt, or to take water with all out of the pit.
Stop right there. No, read verse 15 real quick.
Verse 15. For thus saith the Lord God,
read.
the Holy One of Israel, in returning and rest shall ye be saved.
In returning and rest shall ye be saved. Not playing. In returning. Read.
In quietness and confidence shall be your strength, and ye will not.
Read.
But ye said, no.
What?
For we will, excuse me. For we will flee upon horse.
Go back. Read 16 again.
But ye said, no.
What?
No.
No.
For we will.
We want to play. Club. Shout, dance in the church. All that crap. We ain't keeping no laws. What you talking about? No. Read.
For we will flee upon horses.
We're going to save ourselves. Read.
Therefore shall ye flee. And we will ride upon the swift. Therefore shall they that pursue you be swift.
And they coming. Go back. Get the video. Let's find out who Patrice Lumumba is. Real quick. Patrice Lumumba. It's a short little video. Watch this. In 1961, Congo gained independence. Their first prime minister, I believe, was Patrice Lumumba. He made a speech that got him killed. Who owned the Congo before their liberation? Do you know? No. Belgium. Who was the king? Leopold. Do you know the horrific acts that he did upon our people? Do you know? Play it.
In June 1960, the Republic of Congo, modern-day Democratic Republic of the Congo, celebrated its independence from Belgium with King Baudouin of Belgium in attendance. During his address, King Baudouin expressed admiration for King Leopold II, despite the fact that Leopold's rule resulted in the deaths of over 10 million Congolese people.
Watch this.
He suggested that the Congolese should not make any changes to what Leopold II had done for the country unless they were certain they could do better.
L'indépendance du Congo constitue l'aboutissement de l'œuvre conçue par le génie du roi Léopold II.
Y'all read long.
Entreprise par lui avec un courage tenace et continuée avec persévérance par la Belgique. Elle marque une heure décisive dans les destinées, non seulement du Congo lui-même, mais je n'hésite pas à l'affirmer, de l'Afrique tout entière.
King Baudouin's remarks were deeply patronizing and insensitive, considering the brutal suffering endured by the Congolese people under King Leopold II's regime.
He said King Leopold needs to be what? Congratulated. Lifted up for what he did for the Congo. Look what he did for the Congo. This is what this white man, king, said. Continue.
However, when Prime Minister Patrice Lumumba took the stage, he made sure to challenge the king's perspective and prevent him from having the final.
This one speech got him killed. And how they killed him? Insane. They first assassinated him. Did you know that? Then they threw him in a shallow grave, him and two more other of his associates, threw him in a shallow grave. They said, no, that ain't enough. They took them out the shallow grave, chopped their body parts up in small pieces, and then put it in acid. Damn! Off this speech. Play it. America was involved. France, Great Britain, Belgium, white folks, play it.
De l'indépendance, aujourd'hui victorieux.
Now read along.
Je vous salue au nom du gouvernement congolais. À vous tous, mes amis, qui avez lutté sans relâche à nos côtés, je vous demande de faire de ce 30 juin 1960 une date illustre que vous garderez ineffaçablement gravée dans vos cœurs, une date dont vous enseignerez avec fierté la signification à vos enfants, pour que ceux-ci, à leur tour, fassent connaître à leurs fils et à leurs petits-fils l'histoire glorieuse de notre lutte pour la liberté. Nous avons connu les ironies, les insultes, les coups que nous devions subir matin, midi et soir, parce que nous étions dénés.
Who? What did Patrice Lumumba say? We were beaten day and night. Why? Because Negroes. 12 tribes worldwide. 12 tribes worldwide. This is the truth. We are the children of Yasharala. This is who we are. Negroes, play it.
Qui oubliera qu'à un noir, on disait tu, non certes comme à un ami, mais parce qu'un époux honorable était réservé aux seuls blancs. Nous avons souffert dans notre camp, de notre développement colonialiste. Nous vous disons, tout cela est désormais fini.
Take it off real quick. I got a few more precepts and I'm done. Give me Luke 22:45. Luke 22:45. Luke 22:45. Go up to verse 43. Let me look at it. Yeah, 43.
This is the book of Luke chapter 22
and verse 42.
Luke chapter 22 and verse 42.
Now this is Christ in the garden, hours before him being apprehended by the Roman powers. Read.
Saying, Father, if thou be willing, remove this cup from me. Nevertheless, not my will, but thine be done.
Now anybody who's going through something as extreme as Christ needs somebody to stand with him. He brought 3 of the disciples into the garden, asking them to stay awake for a short time. Right? Read.
And there appeared an angel unto him from heaven, strengthening him. And being in an agony, he prayed more earnestly.
Being in agony, he prayed more earnestly. Now, with this going on, and in the situation we're in, we would think we should be praying more earnestly. That our Savior has been killed and rose, and we're left here. This is why he sent the Comforter, to comfort us in this unpleasant situation. But we too busy playing. Right? Read on.
And being in agony, he prayed more earnestly.
Yeah?
And his sweat was as it were great drops of blood.
Come on.
Falling down to the ground.
Read.
And when he rose up from prayer.
When he rose up from prayer.
It was come to his disciples.
He came to the disciples. Watch this.
He found them sleeping.
He found them what?
He found them sleeping.
What?
Sleeping.
Sleeping.
For sorrow.
For sorrow. What does that mean? They were overwhelmed as well for the situation. They knew the situation. They knew what was going on. They were overwhelmed. This is why he said he found them sleeping for sorrow. Some of us are sleeping for sorrow. We're asleep, because of the situation. Captivity, slavery, the job, the wife, the husband, etc., etc. Sleeping for sorrow and couldn't stay awake. Read 46. Watch this.
Verse 46. And said unto them, why sleep ye?
Why you sleeping?
Rise and pray.
Rise and pray.
Lest ye fall, lest ye enter into temptation.
Now stop right there and give me Proverbs. I think it's Proverbs 6. Let Solomon help us real quick. Oh, sluggard. I think that's it. Is it Israel? Yeah, give me that. We need to wake up. We're too busy playing. We're too busy sleep. Read that.
Proverbs chapter 6 and verse 16.
Verse 9 and 10.
Verse 9. How long wilt thou sleep, O sluggard?
How long you gonna sleep, sluggard? I know you're overwhelmed by what's going on in your life. I know you're lamenting. But why you sleep? What did David say about sleeping? He said, no, Paul. He said, it's high time that we awake out of sleep. For our salvation is nearer than when we first believed. Read on.
When wilt thou arise out of thy sleep?
Come on.
Yet a little sleep, a little slumber, a little folding of the hands to sleep. So shall thy poverty come as one that travaileth, and thy want as an armed man.
And thy want as an armed man. Give me the article. Trump. And then we're going to go to Wisdom of Solomon, and I'm going to yield. This is how Donald Trump's tariff will affect black people. Scroll down, son. Now we got the information for Patrice Lumumba and from Neely Fuller. Now that we are awakening, brothers and sisters, we are their spokesman. Don't lose that thought. The white supremacists ain't worried about the spokesman. He worried about the people who's listening to the spokesman. If they changing due to what he's saying, that's a problem. We're trying to keep them ignorant, enjoying the rap music and the culture. We want them stupid. We don't want them to think. Negroes on the plantation that thinks are a problem. Go on down, King. Let's look at that. It's just a little bit I want in there. Take it on down a little bit. Let me see. Okay. Go down. Right there. I'll go up a little bit. I'm sorry. Go up some more, King. Stop at there will be an increase. Yeah. How will the tariffs affect black people? Read that.
There will be an increase in U.S. car prices.
There will be an increase in U.S. car prices. That means your car note going to be down there $500, $600, $700.
Oh, no, it's more than that now.
Oh, $8,000?
No.
What?
Before the tariffs, people is paying $900,000 car notes right now.
Come on.
Before that.
Right. Now it's going up. Right. This is how it will affect poor people. Come on up. How will the Trump's tariff affect black people? Let's go to the next one. Go on up. Up some more. Right, go on up. Stop right there where it said groceries will. How will Trump's tariffs affect black people? Read that.
Groceries will continue to be unaffordable.
Go in the store. Take $100. I've done it. It's hard to save money. Take $100 into the store. $100 would get you today's meal. Right, one. $100. I'm going to get dinner for a house of 4. I'm coming about there $65, $70. Are you kidding me? This is how, and we ain't looking at this because we too busy playing. How will Trump tariffs affect black people? Go up, read the next one. Watch this. Right there, go on some more. If you got a car, every car needs what?
Gas.
Read that. How will Trump's tariffs affect black people?
The cost of gas will increase.
It's going to increase. Right now. This is where we at. But we too busy playing to see it. How will Trump tariffs affect black people? Come on up some more. What they say?
Housing will be less accessible.
Housing will be less accessible. We ain't speaking about the rent and the mortgage. To find somewhere to live is going to be what?
Less accessible.
Less accessible. Money. You see that? But we too busy playing. And playing, I mean, you want to debate other Israelites on doctrines, get in folk business, etc., etc.
What?
Go on some more. Is it another one? You see that? How will Trump's tariffs affect black people? Go ahead.
Salakia, man, who remember them light bills last summer? Them light bills last summer was some serious. And look, like I said, he's still paying. He's still paying the one from last summer. Boy, I'm trying to tell you. So if the tariff's gonna make it go up, Lord, I don't even want to open the bill. Go ahead, Ken.
See, if we come on the most high side and we keep these laws, statutes, and commandments, these things won't affect us. We'll be okay. It says, I have never, it's a strong statement. David said, I ain't never seen the righteous forsaken. I ain't never seen his seed begging bread. Never. Question your life. Question and see if you be in the faith. Question. Is it another one? How will Trump's tariffs affect black people? I went to Costco the other day, and they had an iPad. Looked real good. I wanted one. Mine's cracked up. That junk was down there $400. I said, you know what? It'll be cheap if I keep the one I got and just have my screen replay for $100. How will Trump tariffs affect black people? Read.
Consumer goods will be less affordable.
Less affordable. More money. Is it another one? How will, what? What? Woo! Canada just said it. Canada said, look, we're going to hurt we're going to hurt America through alcohol. That's what Canada said against Trump. How will Trump tariffs affect black people? Because we know a little wine, a little beer take your mind off your problem. But read that.
Beer and alcohol will become more costly.
More costly. Already is. This is going to affect us. They coming after us. This ain't affecting the rich. They got money. No, it's affecting the people who need to eat. Folks who are on food stamps. Now they trying to say, no, we don't want people who get food stamps. We want them to stop buying junk food and buy more healthy food. They looking at us. They have looked at us, and what they're doing is they see us waking up. We got to suppress the Israelites. How can you suppress somebody? Hit their stomach, hit their pocket. They're going to be more worried about stuff than these scriptures. Something finna happen. We got to get on board. Is it another one? That's it. Give me the next slide or next screenshot. Give me education. Trump is fin to shut down the Department of Education. Right. Now, what that means is he's saying the United States is no longer, now mind you, the Department of Education only is, I think it's 2 or 4% of the total of America's payout. Right? They lend and pay and give money to the school system. He said, we ain't gonna do it no more. We're gonna leave it up to the state. So where is they gonna leave lunches for the poor? School lunches, breakfast, extracurricular activities. You see? Who is this going to affect? Us. Oh, hit that sound again, that ching ching sign. Hit it one more time. Ching ching. Oh, go there. Oh, go up some more, Kane. Let me look at that real quick. That's right. All that's finna change. All of this is aimed at the Israelites, because we're waking up. They're trying to suppress it. Oh, go down, King. Let me look at something. Go down some more. Read the more.
More than 95,000 schools serve free lunches to 21 million students.
How many?
Day. 21 million students.
95,000 schools serve free lunches to 21 million students each day. Read.
And there are calls to expand that. Should all public schools offer free lunch for children?
Come on.
After all, free school meals can ease hunger and lead to better performance in class. They can also prevent lunch shaming, a term that has been used to describe what happens to families with unpaid school meal debt.
Stop right there. You see that? This is going to hit us. Give me Wisdom of Solomon. We got to get on board. We have to get on board. We have to stop playing. Israel play too much. When we begin to stop playing, we'll see what's going on out here in the world. He spoke to them in parables that those with eyes to see couldn't see. Those with ears couldn't hear. Why? Everybody don't understand this. Israelites. Some just ain't going to get it. He that hath the ear, let him hear. Give me Wisdom of Solomon. 18. Now, matter now how I brought the scripture out earlier, and we don't have to go there, in Exodus 23. Christ was the one that led us in the wilderness. It's going to happen again. But if you one that's playing, prepare. If you're a child, minded, he's going to kill you. You more worry about family, friends, Yahweh going to kill you for playing. Let's see. Last one, Wisdom of Solomon. Let's see. Let's see, does the scripture line up? Read verse 4.
This is the book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 18 and verse 4.
Now watch this. Read verse 3.
Verse 3.
Come on.
Instead whereof thou gavest them a burning pillar of fire.
A burning pillar of fire. This is speaking about Israel in the days of Moses and Aaron. Right? Read.
Both to be a guide of the unknown journey and a harmless son to entertain them honorably.
And the harmless son was the pillar of fire to lead them in this unknown journey. We don't know where we're going, but we're going. Read.
For they were worthy to be deprived of light.
Read.
And imprisoned in darkness.
They were worthy to be deprived of light and imprisoned in darkness. Read.
Who had not kept thy son shut up, by whom the uncorrupt light of the law was to be given unto the world.
They were worthy to be deprived of light, the Egyptians, because they had the Israelites, the sons of the Israelites, the people of God in captivity. Continue.
And when they had determined to slay the babes of the saints.
When the Egyptians determined to slay the babes of the saints.
One child being cast forth.
Moses.
And saved to reprove them. Thou tookest away the multitude of their children and destroyed them altogether in a mighty water.
In the Red Sea. Continue.
Of that night were our fathers certified afore, that assuredly knowing unto what oaths they had given credence.
Read verse 7.
I didn't finish verse 6.
Oh, move on down, verse. Yeah, go ahead, finish. My bad, come on.
They might afterwards be of good cheer.
Uh-huh.
So of thy people was accepted both the salvation of the righteous and destruction of the enemies.
See, it go hand in hand. The destruction of the enemy is salvation for us. You see that? We ain't got time to play.
Run.
Come out of her, my people, and be not partakers of her sins. Because when he destroyed this place and sent the plagues, you don't want to get caught up in that for playing. Continue.
For wherewith thou didst punish our adversaries, by the same thou didst glorify us, whom thou hast called.
Read.
For the righteous children of good men did sacrifice secretly, and with one consent made a holy law, that the state should be like partakers of the same good and evil. The fathers now singing out the songs of praise.
Read.
But on the other side, there sounded ill-according cry of the enemies.
So on one side, it was joy, singing on the side of the Israelites because we're being delivered. But on the other side, it was what?
But on the other side, an ill-according cry of the enemies.
Why? Because their babies are dead. From the great to the least. Continue.
And a lamentable noise was carried abroad for children that were bewailed.
Read.
The master and the servants were punished after one manner.
The master and the servants were punished after one manner. There's no difference. If the Pharaoh's son gonna be dead, the slave's son gonna be dead too. Read.
The master and the servant were punished after one manner.
Come on.
And like as a king, so suffered the common person.
We just said that. Continue.
So they all together and
come on now.
So they all together an innumerable dead with one kind of death.
That's right. Come on.
Neither were the living sufficient to bury them.
It wasn't even enough people to bury them. Continue.
For in one moment the noblest offspring of them was destroyed.
Watch this. We almost here. Read.
For whereas they would not believe anything by reason of their enchantments.
Whereas they would not believe, the Egyptians, anything by reason of the what?
Of the enchantments.
The enchantments was the frogs, the lice, right? The darkness. They didn't believe it. Read.
Upon the destruction of the firstborn.
What's this?
They acknowledged his people to be the sons of God.
When the Most High took the children out. This is Passover coming up. We ain't got time to play.
Got the people leaving right now.
For whereas they would not believe anything by reason of the enchantment, we ain't letting God people go. COVID came. Food prices up. No, we ain't letting, no. Floods. Earthquakes in different places. No. We ain't doing nothing. They throwing the middle finger up at the Most High. Fires in California, you got to come down here and fight. Oh, yeah, he coming. Continue.
For while all these things were in quiet silence, and that night was in the midst of her swift course.
Continue.
Thy almighty word leaped down
What's
from heaven.
this? Go back.
Thine almighty word.
Thine what?
Thine almighty word.
Thine what?
Thine almighty word.
Thine what?
Thine almighty word.
Christ. John 1:1. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was what? What? With God. Say it.
With God.
Because you're going to need it on this verse. Read it again.
Thy almighty word leaped down from
His
heaven.
almighty word leaped down. Read.
Out of the royal throne.
Out of the royal throne.
As a fierce man of war.
As a fierce man of war.
Into the midst of a land of destruction.
Into the midst of a land of destruction. Watch what he did. Read.
And brought thine unfeigned commandment as a sharp sword.
Read.
And standing up, fill all things with death.
Say what?
Fill all things with death.
What?
Fill all things with death.
Death. And we praying. Said the almighty word leaped. Woo, that was cold. Leaped off the throne of the majesty and filled the earth with death. Choose ye this day who you going to serve. Continue.
And it touched the heaven.
Oh, it touched the heavens. Continue.
But it stood upon the earth.
Is as below, so above. It's a connection. Jacob's ladder. Continue.
Then suddenly.
Then what?
Then suddenly.
What?
Then suddenly.
Continue.
Visions of horrible dreams troubled them sore.
Woo! Read.
And terrors came upon them.
Terrors. Read.
Unlooked for.
Uh-huh.
And one throne one throne here.
One throne here.
And another there.
Come on.
Half dead. Shoot the cause of his death.
Woo! The terrors and the dreams that the Egyptians were having, he showed them in the dreams how you gonna die. He showed them. That's why when they died, they knew. Read again.
And one throne here, and another there, half dead, shoot the cause of his death.
This is Christ. That rock. Nothing to play with. Read.
For the dreams that troubled them did foreshow this.
You see that? Read again.
For the dreams that troubled them did foreshow
The
this.
dream that troubled them did foreshow this. Read.
Lest they should perish and not know why they were afflicted.
We almost through. Read verse 20.
Verse 20.
Read.
Yea, the tasting of death touched the righteous also.
Whoa! We praying, bruh. All of us need to be in here repenting. Read again.
Yea, the tasting of death.
The tasting of death.
Touched the righteous also.
It touched them also. It touched us too. Read.
And there was a destruction of the multitude in the wilderness.
Whoa, you see that? Death. Read.
But the wrath endured not long.
Oh, the wrath didn't do it long. We're going to find out why. Continue.
For then the blameless man made haste.
Who was that? Who was that? Who was that? Moses. He made haste to stop the plague. Please, Father, please stop. He read it earlier in Exodus 23. He said, don't piss him off. He's going to kill. That's what he just read. He ain't sparing, bro. We got to get right. Read.
For then the blameless man made haste and stood forth.
He made haste. He ran. Stop. Stop. Angel of death, stop. Stop. Read.
And stood forth to defend them.
He stood forth. Moses stood forth to defend them. This is the job of every leader. Stand in the gap. Watch what he did. Read.
And bring the shield of his proper ministry.
Woo! He brought the shield of the proper ministry. What does that mean? The Bible says make full proof of your ministry. You around here playing though. You ain't learning no precepts. You ain't studying. You ain't getting information to get to your people. You ain't raising these young girls up. His proper ministry. Read.
Even prayer.
Read.
And the propitiation of incense.
Come on.
Set himself against the wrath.
He set himself against the wrath. He stood between the people in Christ. The destroyer. Read.
And so brought the calamity to an end.
And so brought the calamity to an end. He wasn't playing. You think he was playing? You think Moses was playing? He wasn't playing, bro. Read.
Declaring that he was thy servant.
He declared to Christ. He's giving us a picture. He was He was declaring to Christ, stop, please stop killing. I'm your servant. I'm thy servant. What he say? Read.
So he overcame the destroyer.
He overcame the destroyer. Read.
Not with the strength of his body.
Who?
Not with the strength of body.
Not with the strength of body did he overcame. This is why Jacob wrestled with the angel. Bloodline, baby. It's in the blood. He overcame the destroyer, but not with strength of body. Read.
Nor force of arm.
Not with force of arm.
But with a sword subdued him that punished. But with a sword subdued him.
No, read.
Oh, excuse me, sorry. But with a word.
But with a what?
But a word.
What?
But with a word.
You're going to hear what that word was when he told the destroyer. Read.
Subdued him that punished.
He subdued the destroyer by a word. What word was it? Read.
Allaying the oath and the covenant.
Alleging the oath and what?
And the covenant.
Read.
Made with the Father.
That's what we got to do. Please stop. Have mercy. Remember the oath, Father. Remember the covenant you made with Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Please. Don't bring your wrath here. Right? Have mercy. Remember what you told our forefathers. Read on.
For when they were not fallen by heaps.
By what?
By heaps.
By what?
By heaps.
By what?
By heaps.
It's going to happen again. Because we playing. It touched the Egyptians. It's going to touch America and all the heathen nations. It's going to touch us too. And I pray we get our thing together. Read again.
But when the dead were now fallen by heaps. One upon another.
Read.
Standing between. He stayed the wrath and part the way to the living.
Keep reading.
For in the long garment.
What's this? For the long garment.
Was the whole world.
What's the whole world? What does that mean? The priest. The long garment. We are a kingdom of what? Kings and priests. The long robe was the whole world. Read.
And in the 4 rows of the stones was the glory of the Father.
What does that mean? What's the 4 rows? What's the 4 rows, brother? The ephod. What did the priest wear? Ephod. How many rows? 4 of all 12 tribes. Continue.
In the 4 rows of the stones was the glory of the Father's graven.
Oh, read.
And thy majesty upon the diadem of his head.
Go ahead.
Unto these the destroyer gave place.
Oh.
And was afraid of them.
Now, it's not saying he was afraid. In some context, it was a respect. Unto Israel, he had what? Respect unto them. It's all lining up. Finish it up.
For it was enough.
For it was enough.
That they only tasted of the wrath.
That they only tasted of the wrath. You see that? This ain't time to be playing. Israel play too damn much. Male and female, old and young, we play too much, and we need to stop. Are we saying not to have a good time? No. But we saying don't rejoice as the world. So that's why when we have a good time, we have a good time amongst us. We don't do what they do. We don't play how they play. Get off Facebook. Get off Instagram. IG. You gotta stop playing. Right? Yeah, go ahead.
That was powerful. That was powerful. That was some power, man. All praise to the Most High. All praises. Israel love to play too much. We play too much. Kyle brought the precept earlier, Sirach 19, which said a man shall be known in his look, right? Or his gait, his walk, right? And excessive laughter. We play entirely too much. We ain't taking this walk serious. Give me the definition of play. I got that in the chat. We ain't gonna use the Strong's definition right now. We're gonna use the modern Webster right here. I think that's Webster that we got. Let's use that. Put that up on the screen. Let me see that. All right, blow that thing up. Let me see. Okay. Okay. All right. Read that. Read that definition.
Play.
Uh-huh.
Verb.
Uh-huh.
Engage in activity for enjoyment.
So it says engage. This is what we do. We like to engage in activity to enjoy ourselves. Go ahead.
And recreation.
And recreation.
Rather than a serious or practical purpose.
See, what we're doing in this truth, this is a serious and a practical purpose. But we rather engage in activity for enjoyment and recreation. We love to have fun. Give me some of them similars.
Amuse oneself.
We love to amuse ourselves. Go ahead.
Entertain oneself.
We love to entertain oneself. Go ahead.
Enjoy oneself.
Enjoy oneself.
Have fun.
We love fun.
Have a good time.
We want to have a good time.
Relax.
Relax.
Reset.
Reset. What does that say?
It's like you rest.
Rest.
Be at leisure.
It said be at leisure.
Occupy oneself.
Occupy. That's all I wanted to get. I just wanted to get a couple similars and get the definition of the word play. We don't want to take this walk serious. Now, does that mean you can't have a good time? No. You know, we'll have a feast day or we just kind of hang out, have a good time here and there or whatever. That's fine. But when you're doing it excessively, that's a problem. And the scriptures and wisdom show you that it is. Give me Sirach 18. Start at verse 30 when you get there.
This is the book of Ecclesiasticus or Sirach, chapter 18, verse 30.
Go ahead.
Go not after thy lust.
It says, go not after your lust. See, when you going after your lust, you going after your pleasures, the things that feel good to you, the fun stuff, right? Go ahead.
But refrain thyself from thine appetite.
It says, refrain yourself from your appetites. Go ahead, verse 31.
If thou givest thy soul to desire that please.
Read that again.
If thou givest thy soul the desire that please her.
If you give your soul the desires that please her, go ahead.
She will make thee a laughing stock of thine enemies.
It says, read that again, King.
She will make thee a laughing stock to thine enemies.
She is going to make you a laughing stock to your enemies that what?
That malign thee.
The ones that hate you. So if you going out and you having too much fun, too much cheerfulness, playing too much, it's going to come to a point where those that hate you, they going to laugh you to scorn. That's what's going to happen. Do not give yourself over to too much play. Go ahead and read verse 32.
Verse 32. Take not pleasure in much good cheer.
Read that again.
Take not pleasure in much good cheer.
This is wisdom, family. Don't take pleasure in much good cheer. Nothing wrong with cheer. Nothing wrong with being in good spirits, but don't do it too much. Go ahead.
Neither be tired to the expense thereof.
Read that again.
Neither be tired to the expense thereof.
It says neither be tied to the expense thereof. Because if you tied to pleasure too much and good cheer too much, you going to miss it when somebody telling you something important. You going to miss it. Matter of fact, give me Genesis 19. We're going to show that. We're going to prove that. Start at verse 12.
This is the book of Genesis, chapter 19, verse 12.
Now, this is in Sodom and Gomorrah now. If you having too much fun and you playing too much, you going to miss it. The scriptures say Sodom and Gomorrah going to be what? More what? Who know it? Sodom and Gomorrah going to be more tolerable. It's going to be more tolerable than this day. But if you playing too much, you're going to miss it. Genesis 19, read verse 12.
Verse 12. And the men said unto Lot,
What they say?
Hast thou here any besides?
He said, you got anybody else here? That's what they saying. Go ahead.
Son-in-law.
You got a son-in-law?
And thy sons.
Thy sons.
And thy daughters.
Thy daughters.
And whatsoever thou hast in the city.
Whatever you got in the city.
Bring them out of this place.
Bring them out of this place. Go ahead, verse 13.
Verse 13.
Uh-huh.
For we will destroy this place.
Man, the Most High is saying the same thing about this world today. The Most High is going to destroy this place. Keep going.
Because the cry of them is waxing great before the face of the Lord.
The cry of them is waxing great before the face of the Most High. Go ahead.
And the Lord has sent us to destroy
He said
it.
the Most High sent us to destroy this place. Go ahead and get verse 14.
And Lot went out and spake unto his sons-in-law.
It says, Lot went out and he spake unto his sons-in-law, the husbands of his daughters. Go ahead, read that.
Which married his daughters.
Which married his daughters.
And
said what?
Up. Get you out of this place.
Get out of here. Go ahead.
The Lord will destroy this city.
The Most High is going to destroy this city. This city is done for. Get up. This is son-in-law. Sons-in-law. Right? Plural. Go ahead.
But he seemed as one that mocked unto his sons-in-law.
You see that? They think he playing. See, you playing too much. You can't even see when somebody telling you the truth. You can't believe the truth because you're too goofy. They looked at him like, oh, he mocking. It's a game. It's a joke. You can't even see that the world about to be obliterated. But you too busy doing your own thing and enjoying your pleasures. Go on, read verse 15.
Verse 15. And when the morning arose.
And when the morning arose, go ahead.
Then the angel hastened Lot.
The angels hastened Lot, go
saying,
ahead. Saying what?
Arise.
Get up.
Take thy wife.
Take your wife.
And thy two daughters.
And your two daughters.
Which are here.
Stop right there. Man, it said in the morning. Meaning what? The angels sitting back watching him talking to the son-in-laws. They tarry with him all night. He said in the morning, they came and they said, get up. Take your wife and take your two daughters. Man, the angels said, man, these folks don't believe the truth. Them son-in-laws didn't believe the truth, man. He said, look, get your wife, get your two daughters, which are here. Go ahead.
Lest thou be consumed in the iniquity of the city.
Lest you be consumed in the iniquity of the city. You got to believe the truth to get up out of there, man. If you don't believe the truth and you playing too much, you going to get destroyed right with this place. Period. Go ahead, verse 16.
Verse 16. And while he lingered.
And while he lingered.
The men laid hold upon his hand.
The men laid hold upon whose hand? Lot. Go ahead.
And upon the hand of his wife.
And upon the hand of his wife. They grabbed Lot. Come on, Lot. Come on, his wife. Go ahead.
And upon the hand of his two daughters.
And upon the hand of his two daughters. Go ahead.
The Lord being merciful unto him.
The Most High was merciful unto him because it said while he lingered. Y'all know what lingered means? He was reluctant. He was taking his time. He was reluctant to go. He stayed longer than he should have. Right? Go ahead.
The Lord being merciful unto him.
The Most High was being merciful. How did he be merciful? The angels had to grab him. They had to grab him, his wife, and his daughters. It was mercy. He ain't grabbed his son-in-law. They thought he was playing. Them daughters got on up out of there. Keep going.
And they brought him forth.
And they brought him forth.
And set him without the city.
And they set him without the city. But we know what ended up happening to the wife. She wanted to play too. We ain't gonna read. We don't go all the way down there. But she wanted to play. She loved that place. Turn around, look back. Turning the stone. Don't look back. When you flee Sodom and Gomorrah, this spiritual Sodom and Egypt right here. When you turn around from that, when you turn around and go, and lead from that, don't look back. Don't look back, or you're going to get destroyed right with this play. But I'm going to tell you something. When you disrupting somebody fun, they going to have a problem with you.
Talk to them.
That's a fact.
Talk to them.
They going to have a problem with you. Give me Acts 24. Start at verse 1.
This is the book of Acts, chapter 24, verse 1.
Go ahead.
And after 5 days, Ananias, the high priest, descended with the elders.
So it says, after 5 days, Ananias, the high priest, descended with the elders. So he got other leaders with him, elders with him. Go ahead.
And with a certain orator named
Tertullus.
Tertullus.
I guess I'm saying it right.
All
right, so it says he came with a certain orator, somebody that could speak eloquently, somebody that was good in pronunciations and convincing people. This is somebody you would hire if you had a company for public relations. This person can talk. They brought an orator with him. Go ahead.
Who informed the governor against Paul.
And this man informed the governor against Paul. What did he say against Paul? Go ahead and read verse 2.
And when he was called forth.
So when Tertullus was called forth, go ahead.
Tertullus began to accuse him.
He began to accuse Paul. Go ahead.
Saying
what?
Saying that by thee we enjoy great quietness.
So he talking to the governor. He's saying by you we enjoy great quietness. He enjoying life. He's relaxing, like one of the synonyms said for play. We enjoy great quietness. We got rest over here. We playing. Like I just said, they cooning. We enjoy great quietness, governor. Go ahead.
And that very worthy deeds are done.
Swap the mic out. Go ahead. Read that again.
Saying that by thee we enjoy great quietness.
So he said, Governor, by you we enjoy great quietness. Go ahead.
And that very worthy deeds are done unto this nation by thy providence.
Because of you, very worthy deeds are done unto this nation. Right? Go ahead, verse 3.
We accept it always.
We accept everything always. Go ahead.
And in all places.
And in all places.
Most noble Felix.
Most noble Felix. He talking good. This is a good orator. Go ahead.
With all thankfulness.
With all thankfulness.
Notwithstanding.
Notwithstanding.
That I be not further tedious upon thee.
He said, notwithstanding that I be not further tedious unto thee. Go ahead.
I pray thee that thou wouldest hear us of thy.
Swap out, King. Swap out. Read verse 4 again.
Verse 4. Notwithstanding that I be not further tedious unto thee.
He said, notwithstanding that I be further that I be not further tedious unto thee. Go ahead.
I pray thee.
I pray thee. Go ahead.
That thou wouldest hear of us thy clemency a few words.
He said, I want you to listen to thy clemency by thy courtesy a few words. Go ahead, verse 5. We reading this to get to a point.
Verse 5.
Go ahead.
For we have found this man a pestilent fellow.
He said, we have found this man a pestilent fellow. Talking about who? Paul. Go ahead.
And a mover of sedition.
Man, this man is a mover of sedition. Go ahead.
Among all the Jews.
Among all the Jews.
Throughout the world.
Throughout the world. Go ahead.
And a ringleader of the sect of the Nazarenes.
Man, this man the ringleader of the sect of the Nazarenes. This man causing problems. He making waves. Like Kanye brought in the video. Man, he making the listeners change. That's a problem. Jump down to verse 10.
Verse 10. Then Paul, after that, the governor had beckoned unto him to speak.
So now Paul that came up, the governor that said, come speak. Go ahead.
Answered.
What did he say?
For as much as I know that thou hast been of many years a judge unto this nation.
So Paul told, he said, man, for many years, as much as I know, you've been a judge unto this nation. Go ahead.
I do the more cheerfully answer for myself.
He said, you know what? I cheerfully answer for myself. Go ahead, verse 11.
Because that thou mayest understand that there are yet but 12 days since I went up to Jerusalem for to worship.
He said, man, it's only been 12 days since I went up to Jerusalem to worship. Go ahead.
And they neither found me in the temple disputing with any man.
He said, man, they ain't found me in the temple disputing with no man. I ain't been arguing with nobody. Go ahead.
Neither raising up the people.
They ain't found me raising up the people at all. Go ahead.
Neither in the synagogue.
Neither in the synagogue.
Nor in the city.
Nor in the city. They have not found me doing this at all. Go ahead, verse 13.
Neither can they prove the things whereof they now accuse me.
They can't even prove the thing they saying I did. They saying I said this. They can't prove it. They saying I did this, they cannot prove it. So what is the problem? Go back to verse 2. Read.
Verse 2. And when he was called forth, Tertullus began to accuse him, saying.
He began to accuse him, who? Paul, saying what?
Seeing that by thee we enjoy great quietness.
Man, the problem is we have disrupted your fun. Your fun has been disrupted. Now you got an issue. This is what Paul is saying. You got to understand that. And if you teaching and you preaching, man, you cannot be complicit with sin. Give me Isaiah 56. Start at verse 10. Watch this. You can't be complicit with sin, man. You seeing stuff going on, you got to say something. You got to deal with it. Or this is the category we fall in. Go ahead, Isaiah 56:10.
The book of Isaiah chapter 56 and verse 10.
Go ahead.
His watchmen are blind.
He said his watchmen are blind. Go ahead.
They are all ignorant.
They are all ignorant.
They are all dumb dogs.
They are all dumb dogs.
They cannot bark.
They what?
They cannot bark.
Man, they dumb dogs. They can't even bark.
Sleeping.
Lying down.
Loving to slumber.
They don't want to correct nobody. Don't want to correct nobody. Somebody in sin, you ain't gonna say nothing. You ain't gonna say nothing. You're gonna join arm in arm with somebody that you physically see, and probably everybody see what's going on. You ain't gonna say nothing. Dumb dogs cannot bark. Go ahead, verse 11.
Verse 11. Yea, they are greedy dogs.
Say, yea, they greedy dogs.
Which can neither have enough.
Now read that again.
Which can never have enough.
You see that? It says, yea, they are greedy dogs which can never have enough. You will never be satisfied. Always want more and more and more. How R. Kelly say? They were laying him in jail through covetousness. More and more. More and more. More. That's the greedy dog. That's the greedy dog. You can't have enough. That was who? Oh, he said it's Jodeci. I don't know. I just remember the song. I don't think it's Joe. It is R. Kelly though. That's R. Kelly. That was Joe. Oh, Joe redid it. Well, I don't know. Either way, the greedy dogs want more and more. They want more and more. When you gonna be through? The Most High said you can't bark. Go ahead.
And they are shepherds that cannot understand.
And they are shepherds that cannot understand. Go ahead.
They all look to their own way.
And I'm reading this for context, but we're going to get to the point of it. It said they all look to their own way.
Everyone for his gain.
Everyone for his gain, that more and more. Go ahead.
From his quarter.
From his own corner. Go ahead, verse 12.
Come ye, they say.
Come ye, they say.
I will fetch wine.
Man, let's go get some drink. Pull up. Go ahead.
And we will fill ourselves with strong drink.
And we going to fill ourselves with strong drink, man. Go ahead.
And tomorrow shall be as this day.
And tomorrow we're going to do the same thing. It's going to be just like today. Go ahead.
And much more abundant.
You playing. You in pleasure. Oh, man, tomorrow, man, look, I get the bottle today. Then tomorrow, you get the bottle, and then I'll still bring some beer. That's what we doing. Now, I'm going to put something in the backwood, too.
Man, before.
That's what we doing. Go ahead, King.
Bro, a lot of us. Hey, real quick, give me one precept, man. Give me 1 Kings 18:17. Man, before a lot of us came in this truth, bro, that's what we were doing. I know I was doing it. Every day, bro. Bro, you bring the 6-pack, I'll bring the hair paint. You know what I'm saying? I'll bring
matching blunts.
Bro, match. Bro, you matching? Yeah, bro. This is what we did, bro. Every day. Ignorant. Didn't even know what the hell we were doing. Read verse 17.
The book of 1 Kings, chapter 18, verse 17. And it came to pass, when Ahab saw Elijah, that Ahab said unto him, Art thou that troubled Israel? Art thou he that troubled Israel?
Art thou he that troubled Israel? You're messing up our fun. Are you he that troubled Israel? Read verse 18, last one.
And he answered.
And he answered and said what?
I have not troubled Israel.
I have not troubled Israel.
But thou, in thy father's house.
You and your father's house.
And that ye have forsaken the commandments of the Lord.
And that you have forsaken the commandments of the Lord.
And thou hast followed Balaam.
And thou hast followed Balaam.
You can't make this up. Folks do not like it when you disrupt their fun. When you disrupt the things that they have pleasure in, man, they gonna have an issue with you. That's what Ahab just said. He said, man, ain't you, art thou he that troubleth Israel? We just read in Acts 24, oh man, this man a pestilent fellow. We done enjoyed great quietness under your rule, Felix. This man, he done uproared the people and he done woo. My Paul said, man, the folk ain't even prove none of that stuff they saying against me. Right? They're going to have a problem with that. All right, give me Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 2. Start at verse 1 when you get there. We love to enjoy ourselves. Go ahead.
The book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 2 and verse 1. For the ungodly said.
For the ungodly said.
Reasoning with themselves.
Reasoning with themselves.
But not aright.
But not right.
Our life is short and tedious.
Our life is short and it's tedious.
And in the death of a man, there is no remedy.
And when we die, it ain't no remedy of that. Go ahead.
Neither was there any man known to have returned from the grave.
He said, neither is it any man that is known to return from the grave. This is what the ungodly is saying when they reasoning within themselves. Jump down to verse 5.
Verse 5. For our time is a very shadow that passeth away.
So they got their YOLO spirit. You only live once, right? It says, for our time is a very shadow that passeth away. Go ahead.
And after our end, there is no returning.
And after we gone, it ain't no returning. Go ahead.
For it is fast sealed.
He said, it's fast sealed. It's over with. Go ahead.
So that no man cometh again.
So that no man cometh again. Go ahead, verse 6.
Come on, therefore.
Come on, therefore.
Let us enjoy the good things. Let us enjoy the good things.
Let us go.
Let us enjoy the good things that are present.
Let us go and play and have the fun and all the desires of our heart that are present right now. Go ahead.
And let us speedily use the creatures like as in youth.
Let us use the creatures like as in our youth. Let's play. Let's have fun. Like Kaya brought out when I was a child, spoke as a child. But they saying, look, now let's use the creatures like as in youth. Go ahead, verse 7.
Let us fill ourselves with costly wine and ornaments.
Let us fill ourselves with costly wine and ointments. Go ahead.
And let no flower of the spring pass by us.
Don't let no flower of the spring pass by us. Go ahead, verse 8.
Let us crown ourselves with rosebuds.
Let us crown ourselves with rosebuds. Put rosebuds around our head. Go ahead.
Before they be withered.
Before they be withered. Go ahead, verse 9.
Let none of us go without his part of our voluptuousness.
It says, let none of us go without his part of our voluptuousness. That's going into beauty, right? That's the reason why they said, let's put the rosebud crown around our head. Let's go and dress up and let's go get beautified. Because people love to dress up and go out. I'm going to dress up. I'm going to go hit Beale Street real quick. Right? It says, let none of us go without his part of our voluptuousness. Go ahead.
Let us leave tokens of our joyfulness in every place.
In every place we go, let us be the life of the party. Let us leave tokens of it in every place. Go ahead.
For this is our portion, and our lot is this.
He said, this is our portion and our lot is this. Jump down to verse 21. Here is the backlash for that thought process.
Verse 21. Such things they did imagine.
Such things they did imagine. Go ahead.
And were deceived.
You can be deceived by wanting to have fun. You got to think about that. Excessively going after your desires. If you thinking that in your mind, you imagine that, you deceiving yourself. Go ahead.
For their own wickedness had blinded them.
Your own wickedness is going to blind you. Go ahead and read verse 22. That's fine.
Verse 22. As for the mysteries of God, they knew them not.
They knew them not.
Neither hope.
You ain't concerned with it if you want to enjoy yourself. Go ahead.
Neither hope they for the wages of righteousness.
They ain't hoping for the wages of righteousness. Go ahead.
Nor discern a reward for blameless souls.
And they ain't even consider that it's going to be a reward for blameless souls. Because people that ain't involved in the type of stuff that they involved in, you look lame. That's just a fact. You look lame for not trying to do what they doing. Keep that in mind. Drop there. Give me 2 Peter chapter 2. And that's why we even got to be careful in this truth, right? And we got to really examine ourselves and see what our motives are. Because you can be right here in the truth, not taking it serious. You want to play and be deceiving yourself. 2 Peter 2, read verse 9. Let's show you something real quick. Go ahead.
The book of 2 Peter chapter 2 and verse 9.
The
Lord knoweth how to deliver the godly out of temptation.
So we familiar with this precept. Say the Lord knoweth how to deliver the godly out of temptations. Go ahead.
And to reserve the unjust unto the day of judgment to be punished.
And the Most High know how to reserve the unjust to the day of judgment to be punished. Go ahead, verse 10.
But chiefly them that walk after the flesh in the lust of uncleanliness.
That's playing too. Walking after the flesh in the lust of uncleanness. Go ahead.
And despise government.
And despise government. You don't want to be corrected on nothing. Go ahead.
Presumptuous are they.
Presumptuous are they.
Self-will.
Self-will. They want to do what they want to do. You ever talk to somebody like a young man or a young woman and you telling them something and they ain't listening? That's childlike behavior, right? That's playing. They going to do what they want to do. They think they got the answers already. Right? Go ahead.
They are not afraid to speak evil of dignity.
And they're not able to speak evil of dignities, those that have power of authority. They're not afraid to do that. Go ahead, verse 11.
Whereas angels.
He says, whereas angels.
Which are greater in power and might.
Which are greater in power and might.
Bring not railing accusations against them before the Lord.
Because you know you got your angel that's recording everything that you're doing. Even your angel ain't even going back to the Most High bringing a railing accusation against you. The devil doing that. The devil is accusing the brethren night and day. But your angel, like, man, you doing these things, but I'm not bringing a railing accusation against you to the Most High. Go ahead, verse 12.
But these, as natural brute beasts.
He said, but these as natural brute beasts, these folks naturally like to play. These folks naturally don't take things serious. Go ahead.
Made to be taken and destroyed.
Made to be taken and destroyed. Go ahead.
Speak evil of the things that they understand not.
And they will speak evil of the things that they understand not. The same way Paul was teaching and preaching, man, them folk was speaking evil of him, man. He ain't had nothing to do with that. Go ahead.
And shall utterly perish in their own corruption.
And they going to utterly perish in their own corruption. Go ahead, verse 13.
And shall receive the reward of unrighteousness.
Now we finna get to the point here. They gonna receive the reward of unrighteousness. Go ahead.
As they that counted pleasure to riot in the daytime.
It's fun to riot in the daytime. I'm finna drink. I'm finna smoke. I'm finna do whatever it is. They count their pleasure to do that in the daytime. Go ahead.
Spots. They are in blemishes, sporting themselves with their own deceivings while they feast with you.
That's the point. We can do that right here in the truth. It says spots they are and blemishes, sporting themselves. Give me that asterisk on sporting. Reveling in, partying in excess, sporting themselves with their own deceivings while they feast with you. Why did I bring this precept? You think there was something new that Peter brought out? That ain't the first time Peter done seen that or done heard about that. He walked with the Christ. He walked with the Christ. Man, folks will be in the truth just to come and do the feast. Now, Isaac done got better. But it was at one point, and I know all y'all in here remember that. It was at one point, a few years back, man, we would have a house so full on the feast day that folks standing up on the wall eating their plate. But during just regular Sabbath class, man, you're like, where everybody at? Where they at? Right? So it says, sporting themselves with their own deceivings while they feast with you. Give me John 6. You're not gonna fool Christ. You're gonna fool Christ. And Peter echoing the same thing. They just coming to eat. Watch this, John 6. Give me verse 24. I ain't worried about no commandments. Ain't worried about keeping no Sabbath. You know, ain't worried about keeping a temple holy. Ain't worried about that. I just want to put my garment on, take pictures, go live, eat some food, drink. That's all I want to do. And go home. Deceiving, they said, go ahead, John 6 and 24.
The book of St. John, chapter 6, verse 24.
Go ahead.
When the people, therefore, saw that Jesus was not there.
When they looking for Christ. Go ahead.
Neither his disciples.
They ain't see his disciples. Go ahead.
They also took shipping.
So they ain't got in the ship themselves. Go ahead.
And came to Capernaum.
And they came to Capernaum. Go ahead.
Seeking for Jesus.
They were looking for Christ. Go ahead, verse 25.
And when they had found him on the other side of the sea.
So they done got in a boat and followed this man. He done left. Then dipped out on him. Man, when they found him on the other side of the sea, go ahead.
They said unto him.
What they say?
Rabbi. When camest thou hither?
Man, folks be happy to see you when they can eat off you. Rabbi, what you going here for? It's me. Right? Why you come over here? Go ahead and read verse 26.
Verse 26. Jesus answered them and said.
What did he say?
Verily, verily, I say unto you.
Verily, I say unto you.
Ye seek me, not because ye saw the miracles.
You looking for me, not because you saw the miracles.
But because ye did eat of the loaves and were filled.
You came for me because you got full. You ain't worried about man, it's a miracle.
That's a cut.
We were dead.
They were there only for
we were dead. Congregation of the dead. It's a miracle that the word of God started bringing men women and children together under his laws. That's a miracle. Who would have thought it? Crack babies. Who would have thought it? Miracles. That's a miracle. But the only reason why you came, you want to put your garment on. You want to take pictures and you want to eat. And go back home and smoke your dope. Go ahead, King.
This is what the angels. Damn. And I love this. This is what the angels was looking for or wanted to look into, but couldn't. The miracles. When he said, "Bring in the crack babies," but they couldn't imagine, that the coming king. This was the Most High's plan to bring in his people like that. Broke, bust, and discuss it. I mean, at the bottom of the barrel. But he said, "You ain't seeking me because you saw the miracle, but as King bringing out, is of the loaves. It's the food. Not the fact that people being saved and being brought in and these miracles happen. It's a beautiful thing, man, to see a brother come off crack or come off the streets and come into this truth. Alcoholism. Come on now. That's a beautiful thing to see a brother change his life and be reformed.
My last one, give me Hebrews 11. I'm passing it. Hebrews 11, man. Look at what Moses did, man. Moses said he didn't want to play. Give me verse 24.
The book of Hebrews, chapter 11 and verse 24.
Uh-huh.
By faith Moses, when he was come to years.
When he was come to years, go ahead.
Refused to be called the son of Pharaoh's daughter.
See, because there's plenty of pleasures in Egypt. We in spiritual Egypt. Name a pleasure, the first pleasure that come to your mind that you ain't going to find right here. He said, man, I ain't finna be called the son of Pharaoh's daughter. Go ahead.
Choosing rather to suffer affliction with the people of God.
He chose rather to suffer affliction with the people of God. Go ahead.
Than to enjoy the pleasures of sin for a season.
But rather than to enjoy the pleasure of sin, he chose rather to suffer affliction than to play for a season. If you enjoy the pleasures of sin for a season, it can cost you pain for a lifetime. It can cause you pain for a long time. Understand that, man. We got to make better decisions, y'all. Say it again. Got to make better decisions. And with that, my yield, can't go ahead.
Shalom, y'all.
Shalom.
I ain't man, we play too damn much, y'all. Y'all ever just think about this. Y'all ever just play so damn much y'all ain't thought about the Most High real? What he'll do to us? We don't. When we playing, we don't never think of the Most High. Our forefathers did it. When they were playing, they wanted to serve another God. So it started off with 1 Corinthians 10 and read verse 6. Read verse 5, I meant.
This is the book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 10, verse 5. But with many of them, God was not well pleased.
He said, but with many of them, God was not well pleased. Do we know the Most High pleased with us? We don't know that. Do we know that the Most High want to kill us, y'all? Do we know that? Do we even consider when we playing with the Most High? We don't consider when we playing. Keep going.
For they were overthrown in the wilderness.
It said what?
For they were overthrown in the wilderness.
It said for they were overthrown in what?
In the wilderness.
Is we taking these examples right here? No. I'm just going to be real. We is not taking these examples right here. Keep going.
Now these things were our examples.
Now what it say again?
Now these things were our examples.
See, now these things were our examples to what? To learn from their mistakes. Give me what is it? Romans 15:4? Yeah, give me Romans 15:4. Right quick. I read that.
This is the book of Romans, chapter 15, verse 4. For whatsoever things were written aforetime.
It said what?
For whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for our learning.
It was written for our learning aforetime. So the things that our forefathers went through and got judged for what they were doing, man, that's our example. That's for our learning. But do we take these examples and apply it to our life right now to be like, hold up, man, I can't be doing that, man, because the Most High, he dealt with them. We don't consider that when we playing. We don't consider the Most High when we playing. Our forefathers did it, guess what? We doing the same thing. Now go back to 1 Corinthians 10. All right, read from the top.
This is the book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 10. When we start at 6?
Yeah, start at 6.
Verse 6. Now these things were our examples, to the intent that we should not lust after evil things.
What it say again? It said it's our example to intent. We should not lust after evil things as they did. We shouldn't be lusting after the fun that they doing. We shouldn't even lust after fun at all. Playing is, man, we got to cut it out. Because when we playing, we not thinking about the Most High at all. At all. Our forefather did it so much, man, the Most High had to wipe them out. They won't consider that the Most High anger was wax hot. Do we consider that? We don't. Keep going.
As they also lusted.
As they also lusted. So, man, we seeing what our forefathers them did. They lusted after other things. They lusted after gold and calf. And we seeing them that they lust after. We shouldn't be doing it too. We worship other gods just like they did. So, for now on, man, when we hear a brother or sister in this body saying some crazy shit, we got to cut that out. And I'm talking about myself too. Keep going.
Verse 7. Neither be ye idolaters.
It said what?
Neither be ye idolaters.
So we shouldn't be like our forefathers. We shouldn't be worshiping other gods. We should be going after our own lust, just like they did. Keep going.
As were some of them.
As what?
As were some of them.
As were some of them. Keep going.
As it is written.
As it is written.
The people sat down to eat and drink and rose up to play.
They rose up to play, not caring what the Most High can do to them. Not worrying about the anger of the Most High. And we do that today. We rise, we eat and drink and rise up to play. I do it. But when I'm playing, man, I don't consider the Most High what he can do to me. We just like our forefathers. We're going to get to it. I'll pray that you said that. But it said, the people sat down to eat and drink and rose up to play. Where we can find this scripture at? Or the story? What scripture?
I don't know how I brought it out.
Exodus 32. Start at verse 1. See, they were playing. They weren't thinking about the Most High. They were worrying about another God to worship. They weren't worrying about what the Most High going to do to them when they playing. Start at verse 1.
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 32, verse 1. And when the people saw that Moses delayed to come down out of the mount, the people gathered themselves together unto
so
Aaron.
Moses, Moses delayed to come down out of the mount. Keep going. So it took him a little time to come down. Keep going.
The people gathered themselves together unto Aaron.
He said the people gathered themselves together unto Aaron. Keep going.
And said unto him, Up, make us gods.
Man, since Moses gone, he delaying his time to come back. Guess what? They went to Aaron. They went to the other leader. They said, man, make us gods. Keep going.
Which shall go before us.
Which shall go before us. Keep going.
For this Moses, the man that brought us up out of the land of Egypt, we want not what is become of him.
He said what?
We want not what is become of him.
He said, the man that brought us up out of the land of Egypt, we want not what is become of him. Now hit that asterisk, Ezra. Yeah. No. They don't know what's going on with Moses. He delaying his time to come down. We don't know what's going on, so guess what, Aaron? Make us some gods. Keep going.
Verse 2. And Aaron said unto them, break off the golden earrings.
See, leaders, man, we cannot be afraid of the people. We shouldn't care about how they feel. We serving the Most High God. It said, Aaron said unto them, break off the golden earrings and what?
Which are in the ears of your wives.
He said, which are the ears of your wives, keep going.
Of your sons.
Of your sons.
And of your daughters.
And your daughters.
And bring them unto me.
He said, bring them unto me, keep going.
And all the people break off the golden earrings which were in their ears.
So all of them break off the golden earrings which was on their ears, keep going.
And brought them unto Aaron.
And they brought it to Aaron, keep going.
And he received them at their hand.
And he received it, keep going.
And fashioned it with the graven tool.
And they fashioned with a graven tool, keep going.
After he had made it a molten calf.
And he had made it a molten calf, keep going.
And they said, these be thy gods.
Keep going.
O Israel.
Start from, you gotta.
These be thy gods.
It said, these be thy gods, O what?
O Israel.
Which what?
Which brought us up out of the land of Egypt.
Switch out, King. All right, read that part again. Let's read it from there. These be.
And it reads, these be thy gods, O Israel.
It said, these be thy gods, O Israel. Keep going.
Which brought thee up out of the land of Egypt.
It said, which brought thee up out of the land of Egypt. They played so much that they had to give the credit to a God that they made that brought them out of Egypt. They playing. Not consider what the Most High gonna do to them. They not thinking about the judgment. They not thinking about what's going on, how they got delivered from Egypt. They weren't thinking about that. But they put the credit to a God that they made. So when we play, do we consider the Most High judgment? Could we be in a moment? Keep going.
And when Aaron saw it, he built an altar before it. And Aaron made proclamation.
He said Aaron made a proclamation. Keep going.
And said, tomorrow is a feast to the Lord.
Now they saying, now it's going to be a feast unto the Lord. Come on, y'all. Keep going.
And they rose up early in the morrow.
They rose up early. They rose up early to play. Keep going.
And offered burnt offerings.
They offered burnt offerings. Keep going.
And brought peace offerings.
And a peace offering.
And the people sat down to eat and to drink and rose up to play.
These folks is not consider that the Most High can deal with these folks. They not consider his judgment because they in a play mode. They not worried about the Most High. His anger is gonna wax hot. Do we consider when we in our playtime? Huh? No, cause we love playing. We do it in here a lot. No. And I ain't saying that I do it too. We play too damn much. Do we consider what the Most High gonna do to us, y'all? Keep going.
Verse 7. And the Lord said unto Moses, go, get thee down for thy people.
So the Most High said, man, go, get thee down to your people. See what's going on. Keep going.
Which thou broughtest out of the land of Egypt have corrupted themselves.
He said, which thou broughtest out of the land of Egypt have corrupt themselves. Man, we corrupt ourselves sometimes, y'all. When we just keep on playing, dabbing in it. A lot of laughter around here. I'm talking, bruh, saying some crazy wild stuff in his body. Doing wild stuff in his body. Keep going.
They have turned aside quickly out of the way.
They have turned aside quickly out of the way. Now remember what the Most High just did to get them out of Egypt. They seen all the plagues, all this stuff was going on, how to get them delivered from Egypt. Forgot the damage that the Most High did. Keep going.
Which I commanded them. They have made them a molten calf.
They have made them a molten calf and gave the molten calf credit to get deliver them from Egypt. Keep going.
And have worshipped it.
And have worshipped it.
And have sacrificed thereunto.
They made food. They made a party. They cooked. They rose up and played, gathering, drinking. Keep going.
And said, these be thy gods, O Israel.
He said, and gave it credit, just not knowing that the Most High delivered them from Egypt. And they gave this molten calf the credit. Keep going.
Which have brought thee up out of the land of Egypt.
It said, which have brought thee up out of the land of Egypt. Keep going.
And the Lord said unto Moses, I have seen this people, and behold, it is a stiff-necked people.
He said, I have seen this people, and behold, it is a stiff-necked people. Man, we stiff-necked people, y'all. The Most High deliver us from so much, man, but we still gonna go back to play. Do we consider his damage? Do we consider his wrath? Keep going.
Now, therefore, let me alone, that my wrath may wax.
He told Moses, he said, man, leave me alone, that my wrath may wax what?
May wax hot against them.
He said, leave me alone. He told Moses, leave him alone. His anger, keep going. Let's read it after alone.
That my wrath may wax hot against them, and that I may consume them.
He said, them and that I may consume them, and I would.
And I will make of thee a great nation.
He said, and I will make thee a great nation. He said, he finna kill all of them. He gonna make Moses a great nation. A great nation. He said this again before. If you just keep on reading on down, man, Moses will plead for us. What Kyle was bringing out. So when we playing, man, do we consider his wrath? So if we keep on thinking about the Most High wrath, guess what? We'll stop a lot of playing. We'll stay away from that playing. If it's on our heart, y'all. Give me your numbers. Hold on, 14. Start at verse 6. All right, read that.
The book of Numbers, chapter 14 and verse 6. In Joshua, the son of Nun, and Caleb, the son of Jephunneh, the son of Jephunneh, which were of them that searched the land, rent their clothes.
And they rent their clothes, they tore their clothes, keep going.
And they spake unto all the company of the children of Israel.
And they spake unto all the company of the children of Israel, keep going.
Saying, the land which we passed through to search it is an exceedingly good land.
So he told him, man, it's a good land. It's a exceeding good land. Keep going.
If the Lord delight in us, then he will bring us into this land.
So he said, if the Most High delight in us, he will bring us into this land. You can bring it up today. If the Most High delight in us, he'll bring us to the kingdom. Keep going.
And give it us a land which floweth with milk and honey.
And he said, a land which floweth with milk and honey. Keep going.
Only rebel not ye against the Lord.
So this Joshua and Caleb speaking to the people. It said, only rebel not ye against the Lord. Keep going.
Neither fear ye the people of the land.
It said, neither fear ye the people of the land. Keep going.
For they are bread for us.
So hit that answer right there. Said food for consumption like consume. Keep going.
Their defense is departed from them.
He said their defense got weakened. Keep going.
And the Lord is with us.
He said, and the Lord is with us. Keep going.
Fear them not.
He said, fear them not. Keep going.
But all the congregation bade stone them with stones.
So it said, but all the congregation bade stone with stones. They were saying they was gonna stone them. That what bade mean? A thought or saying something.
Wow.
They were saying, man, we're gonna stone you, Joshua and Caleb. Guess what it is, y'all? Let's play. That's playing. That's playing. Keep going.
And the glory of the Lord appeared in the tabernacle of the congregation.
And the glory of the Lord appeared in the tabernacle of the congregation. Keep going.
Before all the children of Israel.
Said before all the children of Israel. Keep going.
And the Lord said unto Moses, how long will this people provoke me?
He said, how long will this people provoke me? How long these people keep playing with me? How long? That's a question for everybody in here. Keep going.
And how long will it be ere they believe me?
So how long gonna take them to believe me? Man, y'all just seen me. Y'all just seen the miracles of the Most High God that's out of Egypt. You seen the wrath. Keep going.
For all the signs which I have showed among them.
Man, show them signs. Man, the signs came to make our people to believe. Keep going.
I will smite them with the pestilence.
What did it say again?
I will smite them with the pestilence.
He said, I will smite them with pestilence. Keep going.
And disinherit them.
He said, disinherit. Gonna cut them off, wipe them out. Keep going.
And will make of thee a greater nation and mightier than they.
So guess what? He said the same thing to Moses. He said, and will make of thee a greater nation and mightier than they. Wipe them out. He gonna make a greater nation out of Moses. Said it again. But guess what? Man, Moses was pleading for us, our forefathers. And it's so crazy, man. And I'm just speaking in here too. Like after class, a lot of brothers are gonna say, man, y'all had a good class. Y'all had a good class, all that type of stuff, man. And our people do that too much and not taking. They say that, they say, man, y'all having a good class, but not taking the lesson serious, not applying it. We love a good song. We love a lovely song. Give me Ezekiel 33. Start at 31.
The book of Ezekiel, chapter 33 and verse 31. And they came unto thee as the people cometh, and they sit before thee as my people, and they hear thy words.
They hear the words. They see what's going on. They hearing it. Keep going.
But they would not do them.
They what?
But they would not do them.
Because they hearing the words, but right after this class, man, going to go right back to playing. Keep going.
For with their mouth they show much love.
So for with their mouth they show much love. Keep going.
But their heart goeth after their covetousness.
What it say again?
But their heart goeth after their covetousness.
Whatever pleased them. Whatever they lust after. Keep going.
And lo, thou art unto them as a very lovely song.
That's all it is, man. We bringing out the word, man. It's just a song. It's just a lovely song. That's all it is. Just a lovely song. Because soon after the class, somebody will start back playing. Keep going.
What's this? And lo, thou art unto them as a very lovely song of one that hath pleasant voice, and can play well on an instrument. For they hear thy words, but they do them not.
They hear thy words, but they do them not. Right, we got to cut the playing out and take this walk serious. When we keep that fear of the Most High in our minds, man, we'll put that playing down. My last scripture, give me Jeremiah 16. I think Shakar had quoted it. Start at verse 10. All right.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 16 and verse 10. And it shall come to pass, when thou shalt show this people all these words, and they shall say unto thee, wherefore hath the Lord pronounced all this great evil against us?
So why would we say that now? Like it said, wherefore have the Lord pronounced all this great evil against us? Why this happening to us, y'all? Keep going.
Or what is our iniquity?
He said, or what is our iniquity? What's our sin? What we committed? Keep going.
Or what is our sin that we have committed against the Lord our God?
He said, what is our sin that we have committed against the Lord our God? We ask these questions. Keep going.
Then shalt thou say unto them, because your fathers have forsaken me, saith the Lord, and have walked after other gods.
Keep going.
And have walked after other gods, and have served them, and have worshipped them, and have forsaken me, and have not kept my law.
So this is the reason why they was in captivity and why we in captivity. But guess what? Read verse 12.
And ye have done worse than your fathers.
See, they were worse than their fathers in Egypt. We worse than them. Just said this in verse 10. We worse than our fathers. We way worse than them, who Jeremiah was dealing with. Man, we love playing. And it said, read it from the top again.
Verse 12. And ye have done worse than your fathers.
And guess what? We had done worse than who Jeremiah is speaking to. Keep going.
For behold, Ye walk every one after the imagination of his evil heart.
He said, ye walk everyone out of the imagination of his what? Of his what?
Of his evil heart.
Of his evil heart. Keep going.
That they may not hearken unto me.
That they may not hearken unto me. Man, so we got to consider, man, we got to put that plan down and have the fear of the Most High on our heart on a daily basis. And now you.
Oh, praise to the Most High, man. Great, great, great edification today. I pray we all got something out of it that we can use in our walk here on this earth while we live today. Don't be distracted. Don't allow yourself to be distracted. The scripture teach, look not to the left nor to the right. Look forward. When you're driving in your car, why is the front windshield bigger than any other windshield or window? You're supposed to be looking forward. Or you're going to wreck. You're going to tear something up. So let's keep ourselves focused as we see the days approaching. We don't know what tomorrow holds, but we know that the Most High holds tomorrow. We know he holds tomorrow. We need to come together more closer as ever before in this truth. We need to come together. Facebook is a distraction. It's truly used as a distraction. IG, YouTube, whatever have you. YouTube pretty good. You can go on YouTube and find information and you know good things. Use those things and put those things in your life that be good for the edifying. Right? Let's put away those childish things. Right? And yeah. All praise to the Most High. For those who are online, who follow along with us today, I'm out Kwayalia.
Shamar.
Edge is on the 1, 2, Simon on the 3 and 4. Until next time, we say Shabbat Shalom.